Alright, so today we're going to talk real quick about moving from a chord with the bass note on the 6th string up to a chord with the bass note on the 5th string, specifically one that's a fourth above it. And the best way I know to do this is basically we're constructing a bass line that we're going to be following. And in 6'1", in the B section, we have two measures that we're going to be setting on this A7 chord. So there's a perfect opportunity for us to move from the A7 to the D7 by doing a little bit more than just right there. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to be just walking our way from here to here. So we're going to be doing it mostly on the 6th string before we reach the D string here on the 5th. So it's going to sound like this. The bass line is. What it actually looks like though when we start to lay chords into it is we have the A7 right there, then we have the B minor 6 right here, so A7, B minor 6. Next chord we're actually going to take this entire shape and we're going to move it up, and it's going to act as a minor or as a diminished chord for us, a C diminished to be exact, and then we're going to move up one more chord to an A with a third in the bass. So all together it looks like this. Okay? Alright, so let's hear what that sounds like in the B section, at least the first half of the B section. So we start on the E7 chord. We're going to use the alternating bass so we have that back and forth like we had from the previous lesson. So. Do the same thing on the G chord. Okay, and that would lead us into our C6 coming in the A section. Now we can also do a different type of move there, since we're not ending up here on another dominant 7 chord, which is really the best use of this is to go like that. What we could do is we can actually bring our fingers back into a position that's more, which is better for fretting our D7 right here. And we do that by first going up to the D minor 6, but then we're going right back to the A7. So the first measure and a half sounds, and then we're going to be using a 9 chord right here that's got a nice kind of awkward sound to it. We're going to use that as our half step into that D7 chord. So, all right. So let's hear that all together too. All right. So either one of these you can do them either on the A7 or the G7 for this particular song. As you go forward and you find other songs, you can use it anywhere around there as long as you're moving to a fourth. And there are ways of using it when moving into a fifth or something like that, but we're not going to go with those in this lesson yet. So how that sounds if it's in a G7, in that particular case we were going to the C6 instead of a C7. Either way it works. So let's hear that whole B section again, and we're going to put that in there. So here we go, 2, 3, 4. Here's the first move. Here's the second move. Back down. There you go. So now you've got 2 extra moves for moving chords around. And really when we talk about swing guitar and solo swing guitar, or even some gypsy jazz styles, there's a lot of this that goes on. It's even more prevalent in Western swing because really walking that bass around is really kind of the bread and butter of Western swing. So now that my neighbor has decided to start mowing his lawn, I don't know if you hear that or not, I'm going to go ahead and call it an evening. If you have any questions, feel free to put them onto the comments menu or comments part of the blog there. I'll do my best to try and get back to them for you. All right? Happy day.